Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. In this video, we'll see how we can create an autonomous agent. First of all, let's try to understand the scenario first. Okay, so what I'm going to build, so basically, let me show you from UI as well. So let me go to my make.powerapps.com. Here you see I have this sales order table. Okay, now the user may want to track the information. So for example, let's say there could be n number of fields when you are dealing with the real life scenarios. So basically, see, when you order something, you want to know the status of your order, right? Where exactly it has reached. You want to know in which time the order was done, whether the transaction is done, whether the refund is done, in which date that particular order was taken, right? Is there any cashback, blah blah, all this kind of information usually uh, the customer asks, right? So now what we want to do, we want to automate this process. So we are going to build a agent here. Okay, so we are going to build an agent. What that agent will do, for example, let's say I'm a customer here. Okay, let's say I'm a customer here. Okay, let us assume my sales order number is this one, S002. Okay, now let's say I'm interested in knowing that when actually I ordered this particular order. Okay, so I can ask like when I ordered this sales order. For example, I can give the sales order information, in which date the order, and or let me say what is the total amount for this sales order. I can ask the question like this: what would be the total amount for this SO, for this sales order? Okay, now usually these type of queries, something we don't need a manual person here. We want to automate this process. Okay, we want to leverage the Copilot Studio or the agent should be able to automatically answer this type of question. So I'm exactly going to create the exact scenario. Okay, so I will send an email. Okay, what I will do, I will send an email. Okay, with my query. So I will write, my question like this. Okay, what is the total amount for the sales order? And in the response, I should get, the exact information. For example, this is $200 in this current scenario. Okay. Now, how can I achieve this functionality? For that, we can build an autonomous agent. Now, the first prerequisite is that your agent should able to retrieve data from this table. Okay, so for that, what you can do, you can simply add this particular table. Now you have a lot of methods, right? You can, so basically currently in my scenario, the data is available at Dataverse, but in your scenario, the data would be available at any public, website, could be at SharePoint, ServiceNow, and there are multiple other options as well. So I will go with Dataverse. Here I can select my table. What is my table? My table is sales order, right? I can add my table and I can simply say add to agent. And if you don't know like how, what exactly this particular functionality do, I have already created a video for this one, so you can check out that. Okay. Now I will wait for some second. I will wait for this to get green. So for that I will need to do a refresh, once here, and probably this should get to green, and I should be able to. So I'm waiting. Okay, now this is ready. So now if I go to my this, I can say, let me copy this sales order, this. Let me ask this question to my agent now. And it should give me the accurate information, that is 200. Let's say, yeah, it is able to provide me exact answer. Okay, now my first part is completed. Now my agent knows from where to get what data for such type of question. Okay, now how to automate this process? Okay, for that I can go to my overview of my agent. Okay, now the first thing is that you need to create a brand new agent. Just create a brand new agent when you are doing it practically. Okay, and then here let me go to this trigger here. Now I need to tell when this agent should trigger. So for that I can click on this add trigger button. Now again you will get a bunch of options. Whether you want to make it a recurrence like in a particular time, duration you want, or if a new item is being created in SharePoint, blah blah, or if a table gets added, modified, right? For now I'm going to use this email functionality because generally the customer will ask you a question through email, right? So I'm going to select this when a new email arrives. Okay, I can click on next. Okay, now I'm adding a trigger. Okay, so basically let me write here. Okay, now it will create two connections, one for Copilot Studio and one for my Outlook. So I will say okay, and we can change the trigger name, but I'm fine with it. And here also you have multiple options. Folder to okay, I will say I'm ready with everything. Okay, I will simply create the trigger. Now this is the first part. When our agent should trigger, right? That part is completed. I'm simply waiting. It is creating my flow. So now what it will do, it will simply create a Power Automate flow for me. Okay, I'm still waiting here. Okay, time to test the trigger. Okay. I can close this. And now here you see inside my trigger, this has been added. Okay, now I can go here and even I can directly click as well, and it will navigate me to Power Automate window. So I can click on this. So ultimately, what it is using Power Automate, right? So whenever a new email will arrive into my inbox, the flow will run, and then this flow will send my email to my this agent. Okay, so let me go again here. Okay, here you see when a new email arrives. Now what I can do, I can do additional filters. So for example, for the testing purpose, I will say that my subject filter should be custom. Then only this should trigger. Okay, I will write something like custom. Okay, or let me say customer. Okay, when the subject filter will be this, then only I want to trigger it. You can see multiple condition here. Okay, then what it is doing, see here it is simply going to use the content. Okay, so it is, so basically your body will have some data, right? So it is going to simply send all this data to this particular agent. Okay, now my agent name is this only. So if you come here, click on edit. So you can get this information from here, like for example I'm into this agent, right? So I can go to settings, and then here I can go to advanced, click on this metadata, and here it is going to show you all the information. The agent app ID, schema name. So if you see schema name, Copilot's header D2533. So if you go to your flow, Copilot header D2533. Okay. Now, in a simple or a nutshell, whenever a new email will arrive, so this is simply going to call this particular agent. Which agent? This particular agent. Close this demo agent. Okay. See, that's why the ID has been provided for this particular agent. Okay, I can save this. Okay, and additionally I can change the, if I need other information. So currently I'm only passing body, but I can pass everything, right? For example, if you click here, you'll go to others, you can get all this information like who sent the email to, subject, importance, blah blah information. But for now I'm only interested in the body of that particular email, so that's why I'm only using this one. Okay, now what will happen, the flow will send all this information to my flow, but now my flow doesn't know how to respond for that particular query, even though it have knowledge, but someone need to tell him, right? Now see, my scenario was that when the user will send me an email, my agent should automatically send the information through email. Okay, Now I have the knowledge, but it doesn't know how to respond for that, right? So for that functionality, I have tools. So using tool, I'm going to respond to that particular email with the information using my knowledge. Okay, so let me click on add a tool. Okay, now here you can use, anything here. So for example, you want to create a ticket, you want to send an, message to teams, everything is possible here. But for now, I will go with this Outlook only. Okay. Now here I can search for send an email. And yeah, send an email V2. I'll click on this. I will say add and configure. Okay, so this is getting added. It will hardly take some seconds. Okay, now I'm into my tool. This is the name of my tool. This is description. Okay, now I need to change few things here. The first thing is that we need to have good details right here, and the second thing is regarding the input. Okay, let me come down here. So what I will do, let me change the subject. I'm going to enter a custom value. So I will say auto reply by agent. Okay, and see, you can basically fetch all the information from your flow. So for example, what you could have done or what I should have done, if you click here, you can get, from to everything here. But for now, I'm going to hard code it. So I'm going to use my user, the one which I am logged in currently, or let me say on Microsoft. Okay, let me make sure this is correct. Alright, so I'm going to send email to this guy, even though I could have fetched everything from my, Power Automate, but I'm not going to do it. And here is the body. Okay, so now this one is something I want my this agent to automatically respond. Okay, so I can keep it like this only. Let me go to additional detail here, and here I can say ask the end user before running. I can change it to no. I can see here make the provided credentials, so basically use my credential. Okay, and everything looks fine here. And let me save this. Okay, and now when I will save this, see, this is my tool. Okay, let me go to overview again. Now my trigger is ready. Let me come down. Where's my trigger? See, my trigger is ready, and then my tool will also respond. Now I need to give some good, amount of instruction to my this agent. Okay, so let me click on edit, and I'm going to add my instruction here. Okay, so okay, this is very very important. If your instruction will not be good, this agent will not work properly. So that's why you need to specify everything, in a good natural language. I can say you are an agent which will auto reply to customer queries through email. You can check sales order table which is available in knowledge section and draft and send an email to customer. Okay, and now here a few more interesting things. Okay, so for example, you are an agent which write to customer query which will come through email. So here what you can do, you can specify this forward slash and see. So basically you need to respond to this particular trigger, right? So you can add this trigger here. You simply need to put this forward slash, and here you can use this, right? Come down here when a new email arrives. So let me again say this. Okay, I can say through email, and you can check the sales of which is available in knowledge. So here I can give the reference of my knowledge. So my knowledge, let me go here. This is my knowledge, right? Sales order here. So I can say, check the knowledge here, sales order. So knowledge sales order and send an email to customer using tool. And here I can use my this send an email tool. Okay. And here at the end, I can say that don't send citation in email, and I can say your email should look professional. All right. Yeah, let me complete this because it gives the references as well. So that's why I'm specifying this, and the bot should have a good tone. So that's why I'm using this. Okay, let me save this. Okay, now in order to test this, I can simply send an email. I can click on new email here, and let me send email to this user. And if you will see your flow in our flow, we should have so the filter should be this only, else it will trigger for everything. So that's why I've restricted here. So I can say this, okay, and then I can send my this query. Hi, what is the total? Something like this. Let me send an email. Okay. Now as soon as I will send an email, my this flow will trigger. So I can come back. I'll say okay. So I'll wait for my flow to get triggered. It should be in next few seconds. Okay, it failed. Let me check it out. Okay, what is the issue here? Okay, agent is not published, so let me try to publish my agent. I can click on this publish. Oh, okay. I don't have access, you know, I cannot publish my agent due to licensing issue. But you can test it out. You can simply publish this and you can follow this complete video, and hopefully you will able to get the answers in email. And the only thing that you might need to modify is your instruction. Okay, so whatever issue you will face when your agent will respond, you need to improve all those in instructions. Okay, so let me go ahead and tell you from scratch what we did. Our goal was very simple. Okay, so basically the customer will send an email. It will ask some queries regarding to sales order. Okay, and we want to automate this process. So basically our chatbot should go at the back end, should see those particular sales order table and its related columns, and should automatically respond. So for that, what we did, the first thing is that we have created a brand new agent. Okay, I should have given a name something like sales order agent. Okay, now the first prereq is your agent should able to interact with your sales order table. Okay, for that I simply added the knowledge here. I added my sales order table and I tested it as well. So for example, if I will copy this, I will easily get my responses here. Now it simply proves that this is working. This is able to fetch and is able to retrieve all the information from your knowledge. Okay, so here if you see, it is able to fetch the nice answer here. See, it is sending an email as well. Oh, alright, I'm able to test it from here. Dear customer, thank you for your inquiry regarding sales order. The total amount is this. If you have any blah blah, all this. Okay, demo agent. So see here, even though I was not able to test it directly, but here it basically sent me an email. So all this email, it has been auto generated. Okay, now let me go ahead and complete what I was specifying here. All right. Now the first thing is that we set up a trigger. Okay, we have many triggers, but we were specifically focusing on sending an email. So that's why we use this send an email one here. Okay. Then basically what it will do, it is going to create a Power Automate flow for you. Okay, and then it will navigate you here simply. Okay. Now from here the Power Automate flow will run and it will fetch all the information and will pass this information to this particular agent. Now the agent will able to provide you answer, but the issue is that your agent doesn't know how to respond. So for that you created a tool. Okay, we simply went here, we created a tool, we search for our Outlook, then we search for send an email connector. Okay, leave this and let me edit this. Okay, and here see, the first thing is that what we did here, I simply said make provider credential, and then here to whom you need to send an email. For now I am going to hard code it, but basically you will need to send an email to that particular guy who sent you an email. Okay, the second thing is that subject. So if you see currently you are getting the subject, right? Auto reply by agent. So if you come here, you see the subject, auto reply by agent. Body is something I haven't specified, so that's why it has created body automatically using the AI, right? And that's it. Okay, and now let me again come back here. And now the last thing is that once your trigger is ready, once your tool is ready, once your knowledge is ready, then you need to give good amount of instruction here. Okay, I provided a generic instruction that you are an agent which will auto reply to customer queries through email. You can check sales order table which is available in knowledge sales order section. Send an email to customer using this tool. Okay, in order to send an email, I said that use this tool. Okay, don't send citations in email. Okay, and your email should look professional. So this is how you can create your own autonomous agent. Okay, so let me test it out by one more scenario. I can say let me say uh, something like this. Can you please give me information on sales order which have total amount as maximum? I always forget here amount, and let me enter it. Again, you see it is simply searching here, then it is going to see the instruction from your agent, and it should take some second. Okay, here you see it is able to get all the information. Dear customer, thank you for your request. The sales order with the highest total amount is this, with the total amount is this, blah blah, all this information here. Okay, and if you come here, you see we are able to get all the information here. Okay, so if you even go to a table, you will see this sales order S010 have the highest total amount. That is all about how you can create an autonomous agent. Now it have a lot of potential. You will simply need to have a creative mind, then you can use these autonomous agents anywhere. You can see solve a lot of business complex problems even without writing code or in a very less amount of time. Everything using AI. Thanks for watching this video.